Good morning, our wonderful people. Welcome to the program. Happy to have you here. We weren't able to show up last week because we had a special program on Sunday. I hope a lot of you have tried to watch that program. Our people are getting it. Our people are getting it, and we really thank God. And the more we do this, the better for us because all we're asking is fairness, equity, and justice. Nothing else, nothing more. We're not trying to bring you rapture because we're not doing what we're supposed to do. So we want rapture to come and rapture everybody. We're trying to provide a solution that is doable, scalable for all of us, and it's a no brainer. So join us as usual, help us to share, and please throughout the program continue to share. If you're watching us and you have not shared, you have not done your job right. So please help us to share as we go by, as we think about people. Send it more. Continue to hit that what is it called, that like button, so that they are not blocking others from seeing it. Welcome once again. My name is Mona Jim Saga, and I am here in Houston, Texas.
Thank you so much, Sister Mona. Thank you, our viewers. My name is AP. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. So, like my sister has said, continue to share, like, and subscribe. We appreciate you. We see people making comments and all that. We'll go back eventually to respond to some of your comments and answer your questions. So please keep them coming. Your comments, your questions, trying to investigate the campaign that we're running. Uh, we appreciate all that because this is a teamwork. We can't do it alone. We will work together to liberate our lands and liberate our resources and people. So please, you're welcome today. And we'll play a video while we share it. It's one of our brothers, that has seen what we're saying, that the system is rigged against the people. You cannot get a meaningful change or that change you're looking for using that same system that has been rigged against you is impossible. So one of our brothers got it and he's raising alarm. Let's listen as we share. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone out there. This is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. I'm sure you're all doing fine. I can tell you with what is happening in our nation, Nigeria, there's an alarm, there's a call for everyone to wake up. There's a ganging up, there is a diabolic alliance by Tinubu and his cohorts, all the people behind him that are trying to defend this thing concerning his forged certificate. Everything about him, as we already have known, are all lies, lies, lies. We don't know which date is the date of his birth. Is it 1952? Is it 1954? Is it 19? In fact, it's right now as I'm speaking, there are about 4 dates that nobody knows. So we don't know who Tinubu is, his identity, where he was born, who his parents are. Everything around him is a lie. And I can't still, bring my mind together, my head together, wrap my head around understanding anybody in his right mind, a person that is sane, to still be defending Tinubu. There's absolutely no justification for anybody that has a heart to be defending this fraudster called president. It's now a shame. Even people are calling now and telling the ECOWAS, that's the ECOWAS, to not allow him to continue as the one that is the chairman or that is leading the ECOWAS right now. Apart from that, in Nigeria, he just needs to step down with immediate effect. The cases are just too many. Why should, in fact, APC, they are not even ashamed. They are trying to confuse people using media, paying people money. What is his name? Wicked is coming and appreciating mainstream media. Some of the media people, I'm telling you, they are people that they don't have a heart. Also, they also, because of money, they sell their conscience and allow themselves to be bought by people like Tinubu, people like Wicked, and then Tinubu is through Wiki is appreciating how the media have really been good to them. They are not the media, they're supposed to be the conscience to make sure they challenge what is going on. But if the media is being bought, then what kind of people are you? And I think we can't continue like this. I'm telling you, there is a plan right now as I'm speaking to you by Tinubu and all the people around him, APC, to ensure that at least if there are the number of judges, if there are 5, they have already planned to make sure that 3 are going to make sure they're going to bribe them and ensure that they vote on behalf of to ensure that Tinubu continues as president. And so they're planning to throw away the case of the certificate forgery. They actually want to come out with a judgment that says that that was not the prayer of Atiku or Peter Obi, and that since that was not what was the main thing that they had as a case against the sitting president or against Tinubu, that they cannot bring it. They're going to say it's a fresh, that they're actually trying to waste the time of the judges or the Supreme Court by bringing a fresh application. So Atiku going to America and everything he did, they said it's going to be like they want to make it look like it's a waste. So they don't even want to consider what the international community feel, what you as a Nigerian feel, what we are going through. So they don't mind enforcing or ensuring that Tinubu continues to govern with all these obvious things around him. How can this continue? And so, since now the executive, the legislative, and the judicial arm of government, they have teamed up against Nigerians, it's a war between them and us, the Nigerians. So, and you know, there are very few. The only last hope now is not the judiciary, it's you listening to me. So I'm doing this video to tell you, let's prepare. The time is now that we must rise up and take our nation back. We can't sit down there and say, let's wait for the Supreme Court. Yes, because I'm just telling you now, there's already a plan. The DSS chief is already trying to intimidate some of the judges that will be of the Supreme Court judges and threatening them that they are going to bring out their files of corruption and cases that are against them and go after them. Should they judge or should they stand against Tinubu? Should they not judge in favor of Tinubu? So that's what is going on. The plan is already hatched, it's already completed. It's not, don't think it's just a hearsay or it's just a rumor, because many of the things that people said there were rumors and they just threw away, that at the end we saw it happen. People like us kept warning before the Justice Samani and his cohorts did what they did with the tribunal. Do you know we kept warning people then that they have already finished the plan. 5 of them are all coming together to unanimously uphold Tinubu's presidency. And that is what they are doing right now. That's why you will hear some of the people that are going to defend, are going on television or in the newspapers, because the newspapers, many of the mainstream newspapers, media have been bought, whether radio, television. That's why the moment this thing came out concerning the forgery or the Chicago State University saying that they are not the ones that gave Tinubu the certificate that he presented to INEC to stand for presidency. The moment they saw that and they realized that, wait, we are finished, Tinubu is finished. That's why they sent their people all over to the different media houses to start talking and defending and saying, oh, Tinubu has been cleared by Chicago State University. What did they do? They tried to create a false narrative and pumped it on the innocent Nigerians so that they can accept that. But now, so whichever way Tinubu is being caught, they will find ways to make sure they create a different narrative. And when they're realizing now that it's not going to work for them, so the only hope.
Lamentation chapter 7, Lamentation chapter 1 million, Lamentation. You see how they did it to us? They put us in pepper and they sweeten us and they suck us, and then they are lying, and then we warned you guys. We warned you guys that you are playing with fire. That the system, the corrupt system that you're planning to go and do election is already against you. It's already rigged against you. Now you went there. It's a case of people saying, "Oh, let me go and eat with devil with a long spoon, so that when he comes to capture me, I will leave the spoon and run." What you didn't know is that for the fact you came into devil's house in the first place, his security officers are outside, so you won't be able to run after you try to eat with long spoon. They will capture you, my dear. Go ahead, my sister. Do you see how desperate he is? Ooh, yes, they did it. They have finished it. They clamped it. That is not a strategy, brother. Limitation is not a strategy.
It's so terrible. You could see him running. He's like panicking.
I bet you poor
What were
guy.
you expecting?
What were you expecting? What were you expecting?
Somebody that rigged himself through primary, rigged himself through even governorship, what even before he became governor in Lagos State. We knew what he did. We knew everything. That's when all these Chicago certificates started raining. All that he has been scheming, doing everything, form alliance with even with the devil, just to make sure, rigged everybody, bought everybody, scheming everybody. Someone that has been scheming since he was born. Now, all of a sudden, you want to do what with him? You are right. Please continue to share, continue to like, subscribe. Those on Facebook and YouTube, subscribe and hit the notification button. Please subscribe, because the thing about it is, when you do subscribe and like, their system, the algorithm will help to distribute the information, and more people will get it. And information is power. So I'll let my sister introduce the show, and then before we pull up the PowerPoint, is she ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm just looking at this little guy. He sounds like he's somewhere in a labor and delivery room. Hey, whoa, baby's head is stuck in the place. Hey, we'll call the surgeon. Oh, let's cut up. My dear. Ooh, yes, without security and peace, meaningful and sustainable development will be impossible. So it goes well with our topic today, which is like global injustice system. Is actually a huge threat to global peace. Global injustice system is actually a huge threat to global peace, right? We're in 2023 and we want to move forward. And we understand that without peace and security, that we will not go anywhere. There won't be no meaningful and sustainable development that our children can live off of. And we are not going to be the group of so-called irresponsible adults that allow what our fathers left for us to be destroyed. So let me start off by describing peace and security. Peace and security, or peace, refers to the absence of conflict, violence, and unrest, while security encompasses protecting individuals, communities, and nations from various threats and risks, including those related to conflict and instability. When we mention meaningful development, we are referring to improving the well being and the quality of life for all individuals and community. It includes factors like economic growth, social progress, and overall advancement of the society. What about sustainable development? That is a long term approach that balances economic growth with environmental conservation and social equity. With sustainable development, we aim to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. So let's explain some of these statements that we are making. We know that, currently what we told you guys as we started, that without a foundation of peace and security, that achieving meaningful and sustainable development will be extremely challenging and even nearly impossible. So here are the reasons why. When these things are not done, we are met with conflict and instability. In the situation of conflict, violence, and insecurity, resources are often diverted from development efforts to address the immediate survival needs, protect against threats, or respond to crisis. When we divert these funds and attention from what it needs to be, that again stops us from moving forward. Then there's the issue of uh, safety. lack of safety. We know that insecurity leads to lack of safety for individuals and community, and this hinders progress in terms of education, economic activities, overall functioning of the society. And we know that insecure environment can deter investment, both domestic and foreign, which we know is crucial for development. What about infrastructure and services? When a region is insecure, they often struggle to establish and maintain basic infrastructure and services such as school, healthcare facilities, and clean water, which limits the population's access to essential resources and opportunity for development. And without social cohesion, peace and social security are essential for building. So without social cohesion, there will be no trust, there will be no cooperation within communities, which over time will lead to fragmentation, division. It will make it difficult to implement any development project effectively. And then with the long-term planning, sustainable development uh, requires that we have a long-term planning and consistent investment. Insecure environments disrupt these plans, and they necessitate a focus on immediate survival and crisis management instead. So, with all these statements that we've made so far, it has underscored that peace and security are fundamental or foundational elements for creating an environment in which meaningful and sustainable development can thrive. When these elements are absent, it becomes more challenging to make progress towards improved living, economic growth, and the well being of individuals and society. So, we are always for peace. There's always every reason for us to seek the peaceful way. And that's one of the things that Nina's has embarked on, working tirelessly to make sure there is peace in what we're doing. There is no bloodshed. There are ways that we can get out of the quagmire that we find ourselves in without spilling of blood, because war is never the answer, because at the end of the day, you end up on the table to discuss options. So why are we not ending up on the table? Why are we allowing things that are injustice to fester and we pretend like we don't know what's going on because it didn't affect us? Why are we pretending there is no way out when someone has done the job and given you a roadmap out of this situation? So we'll continue as I pull up. Sister, you want to add something as I pull up the PowerPoint of the day? Our brother Isi Momodi said, forgery begets forgery. Nigeria was a forgery with a forged constitution, now breeding serial forgers.
Exactly.
A lot of F words. Forgeries, forgers, everywhere.
Yes, like what I want to add is that, like if we look at, because sometimes people just get helpless as if they cannot do anything. Oh, they brought war to us, they did this to us, they did that to us. They find out that even when they are not actively killing you, they kill you with policies and their negative ideas. And
Yes.
that's how they build the system. They end up, you will say, oh, there's no war, there's peace. Meanwhile, there is a bigger war that is under, in the form of policies that are against the people. And that
Yeah.
is where this 1999 constitution comes in. Because people will say, oh, but Nigeria is at peace. There's democracy in Nigeria. There's this. No. 1999 constitution, the policies that come from the idea itself of 1999 constitution is to make sure that the indigenous peoples are not able to take their destiny in their hands.
And it's working.
And it's working, and it has been working. So this is what they have been using. And so through the years, they've been doing this. However, what people do not know is that these policies, before they become public, there are people that are under, that work behind the scenes to that one make the policies eventually. And we saw that in December 6th, 2017. We saw when President Trump, he came, moved Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. I mean, moved the capital of Israel to Jerusalem. Now, he's just maybe a businessman, a politician, he's not a religious person. But what the people did not know is that that's John Hagee, which is one of the US evangelical pastors, had a dinner with him and explained these things to him. This is why we are talking to our pastors, our church leaders, all the social influencers, especially our pastors. Because if you're preaching peace, peace, and you know that there are policies that are killing the people, what are you doing to make sure that these policies are changed? We have been shouting about 1999 Constitution. You have opportunity to go to Aso Rock. When you get there, what do you present on the table? You begin to tell them, yes, I need money to buy private jets. I want my spiritual son and my spiritual daughter to be the minister of this, to be minister for selfish reasons. Meanwhile, God has positioned you like he did people in the past. If we read Bible, we see people like Ezra, Daniel, Nehemiah, Nathan, Mordecai, Esther, Joseph, that were positioned specifically to change history. History does not change. When people say history repeats, no, it's people that stupidly repeat history. When you are not informed, when you don't know what you're supposed to know, so that when you have opportunity with the so-called leaders, you don't bring them into the church and start pouring anointing oil on their head. Mbaka, Adeboye. That's not what we are sending you to do. That's not what God is sending you to do. You cannot be in that environment. All you do is pray, pray, pray without looking at the policies going on and the documents they are using to rule you, the ideas they are bringing out. So it is very important. We are telling, especially our church leaders, check what other evangelical pastors are doing in other countries, especially America. See how they are very, very involved in what is happening in the political arena in America. They are more involved than you can even imagine.
Yeah,
They
because policies
lobby.
and procedures rules the world, not powers and principalities.
Exactly, exactly. Instead of making our people to pray and fast 200 years, meanwhile, you can go and make this change to happen. The other time that Adeboye had opportunity to discuss with Erufai, he started praising him and thanking him for killing the Christians. Please, those that are watching us, go and meet your pastors, your priests. Their job in this time is not to sit down and pray. They have prayed enough. The way they were telling you bring PVC, PVC, PVC in a system that was rigged against you, go and meet them. Let them embrace Nina's proposition and begin to run around with it. The way they ran around with PVC is the same way. Please go ahead.
Yep. The same
Thank
way
you.
we run around with PVC is the same way that we are asking you to go and give our people this information that they need so that they can get freedom and get it abundantly like Christ proposed to us. So let's move forward. We know that our so-called the Med territory, according to the colonialists, the Med territory called Nigeria or geographical territory called Nigeria is a dark place with a dark connection into the with their 1999 constitution. The new nation called Nigeria should be an estate of their so-called father, great grandfather Ottoman Dan Fodio, which they will ruthlessly control and prevent change of power. They will use everybody as a willing tool and use everybody as a conquered territory and never allow them to rule over themselves or have control over their future. And we're seeing this, you know, uh, assertion coming to pass. We're seeing this thing happening. They control everything. Somebody will come out even before election and tell you, it's my turn. He will come on national platform and announce that it's his turn, and it's his turn. He will take it. If he means he has to buy you, buy your mother, buy everything else, he will. And the world will recognize him. He will go to AU and represent you. He will go to US and represent you. He will go to what is it called, UN and represent you. And they know that he's fraud. That's why we are asking for people not to go to that election. Because once you vote him in, what you validated to the international community is that we accept the process you guys put in place for us, and this is the person that emerged as a winner. That's a bold statement you just made by participating in that election. but there is a way out. So let's look at our objectives for today, which is the origin of global injustice. We also look at resolution of Nina's town hall meeting because it's been going on. And I do want to use this time to acknowledge our brothers and sisters who have made a U-turn, and we are okay. We have enough grace. If we have done wrong, it's okay to make a U-turn and get our people out of this mess. We are going to look at resolution of Nina's downtown town hall meeting with leaders of thought across Nigerian society, how we can end global injustice to promote global peace. The victims of 2023 presidential electoral robbery, a guide for action, because we don't like to lament. We don't like people to go online and acting like they are, doing labor and delivery when there is a way out. So that is a guide for action. And the Nina's 5 point agenda, like we told you guys. So if people are all over running their mouth, those in a think tank group, wherever you may find yourself, if you don't understand this Nina's 5 point agenda, then you are still in the forest where you were before in the first place. And we will not end without looking at the spotlight on the wisdom of our ancestors. We'll look at postpartum care, which is Omowo in Igbo tradition and culture. All right. So, what is the origin of global justice? Stephanie, is this an on? Is is the PowerPoint showing? Because for some reason it's not showing on this monitor that I'm looking at. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's showing. Yeah, global injustice. Yes, it's showing.
Can you listen? It's delayed. Okay. All right. So, origin of global injustice. There's lots of uncontrolled human biases and prejudice against others, and it has been ongoing. It didn't just start today. They practice the dehumanization of people of diverse background. It's either they are talking about their skincare or their social construct, or they are looking at the gender. It's always something so that we'll keep fighting, perpetual, conflict. There's the hatred and propaganda against the people for their diverse background, ethnicity, race, gender, or religion. They always want to make it sound like one group is better than the other. There's something wrong with the way you do things. There is always something that they have to point to in order to dehumanize people and continue to perpetrate evil against them. They will kill for the sake of religion or other differences. They will say, oh, Ndi Jihad, Ndi Biafra, Ndi Jewish Holocaust. It's always something that they will come up with in order to take people out. Some of them will even make merchandise of other humans. You know about the transatlantic slave trade. As we are speaking, there's sex trafficking. As we are speaking, children. America, for one, is the number one consumer of child trafficking. When we sit here thinking that we live in a place of justice, children disappear here like a snap of a finger. Something always going on behind the scene. And when they do this, they form it in terms of organized crime called colonialism and new colonialism.
And then in Africa, they will marry out girl children, underage girl children, and people will watch this going on. A child that
And
should,
exchange them for a car.
yes, a child that should go to school and become a better human being and become whatever she wants to. You people will force underage girls to go and marry so that you make money from them. It's injustice. It's not okay. It has to stop.
It's not okay. It's not okay at all. So when we talk about injustice that have been made systemic, people like my sister said will watch the 10-year-old forced to marry against her will without her consent, just be taken out. And this whole thing is institutionalized. Everybody's doing it because they are not the one getting the brunt of it. We have lots of theft and looting going on as a matter of fact, it's legalized. There's the domination and bullying of smaller nations. They have made the dehumanization to become legal. There's the loss of ethnic identity, loss of culture and traditions. They have even gone ahead to replace the so-called culture and tell us they are bringing on civilization, westernization. We know how that has gone, right? So far, so good. So far, so good. We are seeing how it's done. When they come and destroy you for who you are, they will come up and tell you that their own way of life is better. And as you go along, they will start bringing the same thing they told you you shouldn't be doing. They start even making money off of it. Oh, I forgot. It's called capitalists. They will start making money off of it. They will balkanize the people and the peoples and the nations. They will leave unresolved conflicts going, unresolved grievances. They will pretend like it's not there. So when they come to a house that is about to fall, they will go and put paint and plaster on it without going to the foundation to make sure that the ground is stable. They will prefer to do assimilation of people instead of integration. Because when you assimilate, people abandon who they are and follow you instead of you showing up as equal when we use integration policy. They will exterminate the indigenous peoples like as if they don't even exist, they don't even deserve to exist. And then after they do all these things, they will go and join the human society and become the chairperson and the champion of, talking about humanity and
Yes.
human beings, human rights and
Mhm.
human peace. The same people again.
Promoting democracy and rule of law. Really? Are you kidding me?
It's exhausting.
It is.
So Nina's looking at all of these things. And we know that Black people, they've been, termed or addressed us as people who cannot come up with solutions. But we have done it through NINAS, the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, which is on the move to end all of this mess because we believe in equity, justice, and fairness. So they are on the move to end colonialism, neo-colonialism in Nigeria and in short in the whole world itself. And we are capable of it. That's why, as all this conflict is going on, you will see our people, they will throw themselves in the midst of it. But when they kill you, the same group of people you're coming to defend, they won't come and nobody will even mention that
No.
you exist. You won't even see them coming on TV. But my people are losing their jobs left, right, and center, trying to throw themselves into this conflict.
Drowning in Mediterranean Sea and all that that's going on. They're not seeing that. They will not
Nobody.
cry about that one. They will throw themselves inside conflict that is not their business.
Look at the more. Look at them every time
Carry it on their head.
somebody is getting fired. When was the last time some of these people showed up and said you matter, that you count, and showed up for you? Kebi Mugoria.
Are
Whether
they
they've
humans?
written it or on TV or on a podcast, where have you seen one that you now, monkey and baboon, will go and throw yourself into somebody else from when your house is on fire?
They're not humans now. They've been dehumanized, so they don't care about them. So if they don't care about you, won't you care for yourself? That
Right.
you are carrying matter that is not your business on your head, leaving the one that is your house is on fire, like my sister said. Rather than what do I do to quench it? I'm on fire myself, not just your house. You are on fire. What do I do to quench the fire that is burning me and burning my children? No, you will leave that one and go and carry Ukraine, Russia. Yes, you're watching CNN. So all the lies they cook up, you will be the one to promulgate it.
Aramo. Let's continue on the report of Nina's town hall meeting with some of the interest groups. Again, we want to, use this time and thank those that are actually want to know the truth, that are actually the understanding, that are actually working hard. Some of them it's a struggle. But we appreciate your tenacity and your time that you're putting in to understand this project. And that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for OES members. We're not looking for I got here, this. We want you to stand in the facts so that they push you be kwuru gidigba and you can speak on both ends. So let's look at the resolution one. This, of course, was done by our brother Tony. This meeting commenced on September the 24th, a virtual town hall meeting. And we're going to have series of all these meetings. So please, begin to prepare your minds, begin to send information out as you get them. Even while you are coming to the meeting, work hard to bring 6 or 7 of your friends because when it's time to drink alcohol, you can easily find 50 of them to go and drink alcohol and go to a party. And now we're talking about, the fabric of our lives. So you must put in the same effort to bring in people. There are so many options. We have audio version of these resolutions going. So if you see it, please, whatever you can do, if you want to break it into two, break it into half, whatever you want to do to get it across to our people is important. So the resolution one from this town hall meeting is that we know that the source of the Nigerian source of problem. Number one is the Nigerian source of problem. It is self-evident that the imposed unitary constitution of 1999 is the root cause of all these problems that is left, right, and center is what will allow Tinubu to buy all the judiciaries. It's all will allow everything that is unimaginable. That's why if it doesn't matter if his name is Ndemwa, it doesn't matter if he's an alien. It doesn't matter if it doesn't even, after all, Atiku that is running around, you guys claim that he's not even from Nigeria. So it doesn't even matter if he's from the same geographical space. He will come and do what he will do because the Constitution has made it possible for anything to happen to you guys anyhow. You see, the problems include killings, corruption, impunity, mass poverty, insecurity, infrastructural decay, bad leadership, electoral misconduct, on and on and on and on. So Ninas submits that the unitary constitutional order is responsible for the leadership outcomes for the past 50 years. And it will not change. That's what we keep telling you guys. It's not change of leadership. It's not change of leadership. It's not how people are using their money. Let's put this person here and all will be well. It's not that. And we're not trying to bring you down or fight with you or argue with you because you know how to speak English. We're telling you that that's not what the problem is. And if you actually sit down and interrogate these issues, you will know that that is not the problem. So there is an urgent need to address the unworkable unitary constitutional order, which we also call that stupid defunct federation. I need to move a little fast. And then the second part of it is the constitutional arrangement, which we know are also the main problem in Nigeria. The proposed remedy is constitutional reconstruction rather than a change of leadership, like I mentioned earlier. Addressing the constitution is definitely crucial. Crucial. As a matter of fact, I would say, in my opinion, is the only thing that will resolve this issue. Is the only thing. So I'm not going to end it as crucial. That is the only thing that will resolve this issue. So from the same meeting, so this meeting, by the way, I don't want to confuse it, there's two of them. So this is the first part of it, the resolution from the first part of the meeting. The third resolution from the first meeting was mechanism for constitutional reconstruction. We have told you guys time and time again that transitioning is the preferred mechanism for this constitutional reconstruction that we are proposing. That election that you guys went to reinforce the impunity that you're seeing and also reinforce the disputed project of the Constitution. That's why you will come on YouTube, call yourself doctor, and you're having a full panic attack, and you're talking to Ewu, you're talking to yourself. Because we told you guys that your election will reinforce your trauma, it will reinforce your sufferings, it will reinforce English, it will reinforce your punishment. So transitioning can lead to the creation of new federation, confederation, or the emergence of independent success states. It's a no-brainer. And that's the only thing. That's why we're asking you guys to stop playing in the forest. Stop wandering in the wilderness for 40 years and 40 nights, or 4 million. What is 40 years and 40 years? 40 million years nights. We don't want to stay in the wilderness for that long, please. And then the last resolution emphasizes the need for immediate transitioning for union reconstruction and is not a mandate recovery. They are not going to give you a mandate. The gang members have taken over the place called Nigeria. So there's no rule of law when it comes to gang banging. You're not going to get any mandate. If they decide to give it to your candidate, they will hold that candidate in these private parts. They will put a knot, a spanner on it that they will be controlling from their house. Any move your candidate makes, they will tighten the spanner. Imagine having spanner on your thing. Just imagine it. They will squeeze it. And tell me how much it can do for you with that amount of pain. We are trying to create an environment where nobody will have that power. Where once again, we are talking about equity, fairness, and justice. Where one man is not bigger than the other. Where one man cannot come out and say, it's my turn, and he will actually go and take it and keep it for himself. So these resolutions will serve as the basis for NINA's collaboration with the willing groups to rescue Nigeria from the current state of Nigerians from the current state of Nigeria. So we look forward to the responses of the group presented in this meeting to work together for a better future Once again, we want to thank those that showed up to that meeting. We want to thank those that are coming to the last meeting, and also to the upcoming meetings. Together we can do this, and it's not hard, my people. It's not hard. Put your Bible away. Stop lying to yourself. Let's work these things out so that we can move forward as a unit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Mona. Yes, the first meeting was with the Christian leaders, and it took place on September 24th, 2003. Because we said these are interest groups. So the next one was done on October 8th, and it was done with, it was a virtual town hall with the leaders of thought across the Nigerian society. So, like we keep saying, Ninas is not an organization, it's a movement. So come with your group, come with the way you are eating Ogba and Okoroko, come together, say, okay, please send us a team to explain these things to us so that we can understand it and move. Well, we welcome you. Come and send message. You can even drop a comment in our show. We will see it. Like, okay, you need a team to be sent to your organization, sent to your group, send to your people the interest, your interest group, and then we'll come and do that. So we'll run. So in this other resolution, this particular one that was done on the October 4th, the resolutions are as follows: 1 to 4. Number 1, impose Unitary Constitution of Nigeria 1999 edition is the instrument by which the sovereignty, assets, and rights of the constituent components of Nigeria are hijacked and confiscated. 2, it creates the system that delivers everything we now lament, including corruption, impunity, insecurity, mass poverty, humongous cost of governance, serial electoral robbery, including the inconclusive 2023 presidential election, bad governance, absence of rule of law, infrastructural decay, everything else tormenting the peoples of Nigeria. 3, it is the tap from which all our woes, failures, and miseries flow, the chief enabler of the many misconduct and misbehavior by the people in power. And by the people in power, we mean politicians, traditional rulers, those religious leaders, all those impunity and misbehavior you're seeing. The chief enabler of all that is 1999 Constitution, including system failure, erosion of faith. People are saying, hey, well, our children, no, they don't believe in God anymore. Blame 1999 Constitution. Erosion of faith in the Nigerian Union, all leading to state failure that Nigeria presently exemplifies. There is a state failure. Even your P2B acknowledge that. But what is causing it? It's not leadership. It is system failure. And that system failure is coming from the constitutional order, the unitary constitutional order imposed on the diverse peoples of Nigeria, somebody called the micronations.
Hmm.
We have micronations in Nigeria. You cannot rule us as one individual. We are not one individual. We are diverse. Over 350 diverse peoples with different cultures, worldview, so many things. You can't rule us as if you put a ring in your finger and turning us up and down. No, the only thing that can work is through federation, and that was what our people went to negotiate for. So that constitutional order is this arrangement. The thing that is that shows that the arrangement is the 1999 Constitution. So everything you're seeing is coming from there. 4, in the light of resolutions 1, 2, and 3 above, the task of taking back our country must be first about taking down the unitary constitution of Nigeria and other redemptive, then he said any other redemptive effort that does not first deal with this fundamental question of basis of union and the union arrangement. That is, the constitution as written is futile and most probably driven by lack of knowledge. 5, it is self-evident that as long as the current unitary constitution of Nigeria remains in place, The postulation that a new Nigeria is possible is simply not logical,
Nope.
as no new Nigeria can be built on the imposed, fraudulent, unworkable Unitary Constitution of Nigeria 1999 edition. 6,
Thank
we must now turn off the tap instead of mopping in futility, as we have done across the last 24 years since 1999. 7, most potent strategy to overcome the evil system entrenched by unitary Nigeria is to now elevate our post-election demands to include an immediate transitioning for constitutional reconstruction, in addition to the electoral robbery executed by INEC, koro in your eyes, and ratified by the unjust judicial system.
To criminal enterprises.
Yes, September 6th, 2023. Immediate. It was done. This is not the first time where something like that. It was done in Chile 2020. They did it. It was done in South Africa 1990. Apartheid constitution came down. The people brought it down. So it is your right to do that. 8, success in this demand will not only throw out the imposters from power, but it will also bring us to the transitioning for union reconfiguration that will deliver the actual changes we sought when we first plunged into the task of enthroning a better leadership in Nigeria by way of elections, or when we first plunged into uncharted self-determination campaigns such as Biafra restoration, Odua Republic, resource control. You will be making noise and deceiving yourself in years, chanting those things. The only thing is that you will be helping people that are sharing to make money on YouTube. That's all. Nothing else will come. Freedom is not coming from there, because that's not the process. That's not the process. That's not the international basis of getting your land free from anybody that is unlawfully occupying it. It's not by killing your people and you're destroying your properties. What an akara na ata ego ya. So you are destroying your properties. They wanted it to be destroyed anyways. That was the thing. They wanted to clear you and destroy you. It's just like what some people are doing in some countries. When we know people, you know that this your enemy is out to destroy you. You will go and first and bomb them and give them an opportunity to open door and say, come and finish us. That is what you people are doing in Southeast. It's the exact same thing that you're doing in Southeast. They wanted you out so that they can have access to your resources. You now by yourself went and opened door for them and say, come. 9, resolution 9, placing this demand for immediate constitutional reconstruction on the table by those injured on February 25th, 2023, charade, and the daylight robbery of September 6th, 2023, completely changes the dynamics of the disputations around Nigeria's bungled 2023 presidential election. Since the throwing out of the 1999 constitution immediately upturns whatever manipulations INEC and the courts may have done to arrive at the dubious verdict of September 6th, 2023. Nina's secretariat will be available to guide all who wish to join the urgent task of constitutional reconfiguration that begins with transitioning arrangements. We have done this before. We've done it before and we can do it again. Finally, the Nina's outreach team and my humble self, that's Mr. Tony Nadi, would like to say a big thank you to the speakers, priests, pastors, religious leaders, and participants Without your suggestions, discussions, and questions in this session, um okay, without your suggestions and this session, sorry, would not have had the successful outcome that it has. So I'll take that again. Without your suggestions, discussions, and questions, this session would not have had the successful outcome it has. Closing remark from Ninas. These resolutions represent a critical step towards charting a safe way forward for the distressed indigenous peoples trapped in the Nigeria, the illegal Nigeria. Collaboration among various groups is essential to address the constitutional issues and bring positive change to the people. So that is the resolution one and two. First one was with the Christian leaders, and the other one was other interest groups and leaders, leaders of interest groups in Nigeria. So please stand up and answer, be part of this, and more town halls, like my sister said, will happen. So, how to end global injustice to promote peace? We have told you the origin of global injustice. We did not exhaust it. We just gave you an idea, headline, so that you can go and get more information. These things are out there. Google and you find out all these things going on. And then we brought it down to you how this injustice was institutionalized in Nigeria through colonialism and neo-colonialism by the structure and the constitutional arrangements they put imposed on the people. Now we are looking at how do we end all this trouble going on. Everybody is saying it, and it's possible to end it.
Mm-hmm.
First, the first step to ending injustice in the world, not just Nigeria, the whole world, and bring global peace, is to recognize that all humans are born equal. Male, female, white, black, red, rich, poor, we are born equal. All humans are born equal. You must recognize it. You must put it in your mind. Anywhere, teach your children in the school, in the church, everywhere. Let them understand. Because we even have this problem even in marriages, where women are treated as if they're animals. All humans are born equal. And this is what Christianity stands for. Christianity said there's no male, there's no female, there's no white, there's no red. It's just that in marriage, they give you authority because somebody has to lead something and be in charge. But it does not mean that the rest of the members are not human beings, that you're the only human being. No, all humans are born equal. We must hold human life sacrosanct. No matter how angry you are, no matter how frustrated you are, no matter how mad you get, please stop shedding blood. Stop. Say no to genocide. Say no to war. Say no to bloodletting. Because these globalists keep making weapons of mass destruction so that they make money from the death of people. When you look for how to resolve issues and you follow the way of war, genocide, jihad, bloodletting, you are only making them richer. Look for other peaceful means of conflict resolutions, be it at your family, in the community, national level, international level. Let's embrace peace. Let's embrace dialogue. Let's embrace conversation. Sit down, even with your 2-year-old. Sit down and talk. They have brain. They are human beings. Even dogs understand, even animals. Animals, of late, me and my sister and I, because we just got into this new business of pets, we are studying animals and see how intelligent they are. Not to talk of human beings. Please, let's treat other human beings better. Say no to injustice and inequality. Anywhere, in the church, in your society, in your family, anywhere, you're a man, you're a woman, say no to injustice. Because injustice at home, is injustice in the community, and is injustice at the national level and international level. So if we start from our home to uphold justice and equity, treat other human beings like human beings, you see, gradually the society will change. Let's promote fair trade deals and economic situation that will allow people to have more than just their basic needs. Don't think that God has promoted you. You are the richest man in Africa because your head is two. No. because you have two heads, then you are bragging. Yes, I've made it. I'm the only intelligent person in the environment. That's why I became billionaire. No, we are all supposed to be comfortable. Everyone, let's promote fairness in any dealings, business, anything you're doing with another human being. Ask yourself, am I fair? Am I being fair to this other person? Anything, no matter what it is, we want to bring everyone up beyond just basic need. People want good life. It might not be, oh, everybody is so rich, because we know that all fingers are not equal. But let's elevate everybody from poverty level. We can do this. Let's embrace Nina's proposition for self-determination.
Oh, please continue to help us to share and like and
Please.
hit that like button because they are really blocking this show today.
Yes, please. So let's embrace Nina's proposition for self-determination for Nigerians' indigenous ethnic nationalities as prerequisite for good governance in Nigeria and Africa. People are saying we want good governance, we want good. When they now tell you this is what you need to do to get it, you abandon it and go and start running around in circles. Part to Tommy. Part to Tommy say he wants to create a new tribe. We have seen madness in this. Is it old age? Like, okay, shame madness comes when people get old or what? What is it? Say he wants to create a new tribe. The one that is available that God created, you have not managed it. You want to now create your own. I beg, please embrace Nina's proposition. It's very easy. Stop plagiarizing Nina's work of over 24 years. You cannot execute it. All these people, or Jaco or whatever name they call, they say, you see the advert, you see them interviewing and everything, they're vomiting Nina's proposition, but they will never give credit to Nina's. That's plagiarism. At your level, as a diplomat, as a professor, what do you teach your children? What? So if you can plagiarize other people's work and openly beat your chest as if it's your own, how do you now talk to others? How do you function in schools, universities, secondary schools? If you can plagiarize people's work, kuro like that, please stop plagiarizing Nina's work, because you can't execute it. That's what happened to John Ebuoji, the people that say they're doing a Biafra. When I heard him talking on radio, I thought the ideas came from him. Didn't know he was plagiarizing LNC and Nina's. Now, after that one that he said, by the time they stopped giving him the information, he had nothing else to say to people. And it has happened to so many, up to 42 groups doing Biafra. All of them plagiarized Nina's. And once that one that they took, once it finishes, they won't say any other thing again. They will now go into criminality because they don't have anything to give. You can't execute a proposition that you do not put together. It's impossible. You lack the wit, the wisdom, and the technical know-how. So, and the time you keep wasting time and taking our people in circles, people are dying when would have solved this problem just like that.
Hmm.
Let's say no to hashtag no to institutionalized injustice. Hashtag 1999 Constitution must go. 1999 Constitution must go. Hashtag transition now. We can do this, people. Send it out there. Tweet it. Just tweet 1999 Constitution must go. Just tweet that. Let Twitter catch fire. 1999 Constitution must go. Just say that. Nina's is right. Just say that. Transition now. Just don't even speak big English that you don't know all the things that are saying. Just this hashtag is enough. So we want to go to a section of victims of the 2023 presidential electoral robbery, a guide for action, because we know that you are grieved. We know you all want to bring down the roof. You want to do this and but we want to provide guidance for you so that you have the outcome. So you will not be like NSAS. You shout NSAS, NSAS. By the time the politician carry food to give to your people that are shouting NSAS, everybody started going after food. Palliative, palliative. NSAS entered into palliative and people started pursuing Indomie. Listen to the guidance. One already came from our brother, Father Oluoma. This man is very active in trying to make sure that the people he's leading, the flock he's leading, are treated better. Yes, we are clapping hands for pastors like this. Because sometimes when we say Christianity this, pastors this, leaders this, of course we all know we are not calling everyone. The ones that we are calling, they know themselves. So if you are doing the right thing, know that it's not you we are talking to. That you're already on the right side. If you're on this side, saying no to what is going on, then we are not talking to you. But the majority that we are talking to, they know. So please don't come correcting us and sending texts. Oh, don't call the church. We are joking. We will call them. We will continue to call them. Even Jesus Christ use koboko to flog them. This one is only talk we are talking. We are not even flogging them yet. How I wish I had koboko to go and enter church and start flogging them. That would have been the best thing to do. But I don't have koboko. So I'm just talking. So you shouldn't be happy that you just talk. I'm talking. So Father Oloma said, if you haven't heard of Ninas, this is the time to take a look. They are at the forefront of constitutional renegotiation. Nigeria needs a new and better constitution. Is this not simple? Did anything happen to him? Did his white cassock disappear when he said it? Paul Adaferati, you are there showing muzzle to the people as if it's muzzle that will deliver them. And you told them to have plan A and plan B, which your plan B is to japa. And all of them are japaing and getting into trouble. This is the type of leaders we are looking for. Church leaders, traditional leaders that are compassionate enough and honest enough to look for a solution for their people. Not telling people to go and get PVC when you know that the system has been rigged against them. Now that the owners of PVC have taken it and turned it into pepper soup, what did you do? You all withdrew into your coven and start telling people it's the will of God. How dare you lie against God? This God is too merciful. If I were God, I don't know what I would have done. No, I won't say it, because if I say it, YouTube will block me. So if I were God, you remember Sister Mona? Instead I say if I were God,
He knows. We'll be having this conversation because a lot of things could have been handled way, 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 way before.
fast like this. God is a patient God. He's waiting for people to repent, but I'm sure he's not gonna wait forever. Victims of the 2023 presidential election, electoral robbery, a guide for action. We look at the podcast by our brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. That YouTube video is on YouTube. But basically, Ninas is put up a note to say what he's talking about. He is calling for a mass-based action that does not wait for or depend upon what Supreme Court will do. What is this mass-based action? What will be the aim? To reverse the ongoing state capture via the electoral robbery currently unfolding before us. Koro Koro, you're seeing it. Beyond the question of electoral mandates from 2023 presidential election, this clarion call invites those who genuinely seek change to look in the direction of Nina's union reconfiguration propositions. This is a matter of urgency before the mischief anticipated from the Supreme Court happens, because it's coming. Everything is already set. That's what this man was telling us in the video, that everything is already set and they're going to do it.
He's setting an alarm,
Yes.
It's coming.
Especially considering the disaster that could accompany that mischief. Eme ngwa ngwa, emeghara ọdachi. And people say if you do quick, you can avert catastrophe. We are peacemakers. Blessed are peacemakers, for they are the children of God. We are children of God, though. We are preaching peace, so. Okay, oh, let's be going. Let's come and be going. It's only Nigeria say, let's come and be going. So our brother, Reverend Father Ben Agbo, October 10th, 2023, put out 10 reasons why protesting for constitutional renegotiation, yes, and referendum is better than protesting for mandate recovery. These are the type of church leaders we are talking about. You cannot be a church leader where your flock, Jesus Christ told you that if one of your 99, 100 flock, if one falls into a pit, that you should leave 99 and go and bring that one and bring it. But now all of the 100 have fallen inside pits. And you are dancing a willow and going where you're going. We commend these men of God. These are the type of men of God that we commend. And we are trying to bring him to Daughters of Truth for sure, so that he can explain these things better for us to understand. So let's read it out for you, the 10 things that he wrote. One, he says that if you chase constitutional renegotiation and referendum, that it will tackle Nigeria's problem from the roots rather than the branches. All the cosmetic changes you have been doing, it will not work. He said it guarantees better future and better economy. It is less risky, and no one can arrest or accuse someone for treasonable felony for asking for referendum, renegotiation, or even restructuring that has been in the campaign mantra of many political parties. You know, this this restructuring is wuru wuru. We explain it, and he explained it in this thing too also. He says it is not an Igbo agenda. Even Yoruba, Niger Delta, and Middle Belt need this union renegotiation we are talking about more than the Igbo self. These other people need it more self. So it's not Igbo agenda. It is easier to transition the country now for constitutional renegotiation as the presidency of Tinubu is becoming more and more
illegitimate.
It is case of certificate forgery. It is better to take the country and start transitioning the country for constitutional renegotiation rather than wait for Supreme Court to legitimize this criminality and fraud. Number 6, he said nobody will be able to arrest even your dear P2B if the people supporting him, the obedient movement, if they protest for constitutional renegotiation. Even PDP, self-determination agitators, labor unions, student unions can champion this crusade. He told you they did it in Chile. Chile, 1 year, they occupied streets. Nobody shot them because they were not looking to burn things down. Because it's not about going into burning things and doing all those gra-gra. That once you put your hand, the enemy will infuse their own type of people into you, and they'll start burning things down, and they'll call you, they will criminalize what you're doing. But if you follow the pathway of Ninas, the enemy will not be able to put their agents into what you're doing. It's too clean. It cannot be linked to one party so that they target one party or one group. It's the entire people. Everyone will be on it. 7, the difference between constitutional renegotiation and constitutional amendments is that the former is the business of the people, the constitution of the people, the masses, while the latter is the business of the legislators, the legislators, the politicians, that are the ones that are talking about amendments, because you can't amend what you did not make. We did not make the constitution, so we are not amending it. It's the legislators, the politicians, the tifu people, that are the ones that are talking that one. So we are not talking about amendments. We are saying we did not make it. So we are beginning from the ground. The former requires transitioning That's this renegotiation we're talking about. It requires transitioning. And will lead to the end of this fraudulent 1999 constitution that has been tormenting us. Why the latter will not? If you amend, if you structure, if you do, when you finish all this thing that the whole criminals are doing, that 1999 constitution will survive and your sorrow will continue. So that's not the one we are talking about. We are talking about the one that will start from beginning. Let's go back from beginning. 8. Even Peter Obi himself, we have better chances of reforming this country if we transition now than if we don't.
Mm-hmm.
He might not even be here to do anything that you want him to do. I didn't say anything, no. I'm just telling you. Because the people you're battling with, they are not playing with you. 9. Constitutional renegotiation is the safest grounds for alliance than mandate recovery. Because mandate recovery is for the people already broken. Some say Ndikwe na Ndi Ekwe. Some say it's Peter Obi. Some say it's Atiku. Some say it's Tinubu. You're broken. But constitutional negotiation is for everyone. They
Yes.
won't break us into political parties or into church or into a Igbo, Hausa, ethnic, whatever. No, we are together. All the people, all the human beings, the 200 million human beings that call themselves currently Nigeria, we will do it together. Or he said, or any form of insurrection or military intervention. He's saying that the constitutional negotiation is better than all these other ones. 10. The Supreme Court will be left with the final choice after this protest. What is that final choice? To either unite or divide Nigeria. To be in their hands.
Wouldn't that be nice to put them in that position?
It would be nice. Because they won't have choice at that time. Because
Mm, mm,
everyone
mm,
is united,
mm,
pushing one thing.
mm,
And this
mm,
is what Dinas has said for the past 24 years. Let's work together. Let's not allow the colonial masters and their agents in our land to continue to divide us. Rather, let's work together. They have left. So since they have left, he left in quotes, let's decide what is going to happen to our land, our assets by ourselves. And we are able to do it. It's just that we have to go through a process where everybody will be on the table. And the outcome will be just, fair, and there will be equity in everything that you know. No single, no matter the ethnic nation, if you want your population be 20, so far you're a distinct group, you self-determination is your right and you will get it. All the grievances will be taken. And we have already started. Our people have done Nadako, then you move to Pronaco, now it's Ninas. So we are the concluding phase. Let's finish up this and stop running up and down with these criminals. Thank you. I'll allow my sister to come in. Thank
mm. They want to stop running up and down with the criminals that don't want you to move forward.
you. Mm-mm.
I want you to remain in a place where no matter if you sell all your lands, if you even sell your body parts to go to college, you will never find a job. And then they want to give you a proposition where you can now take student loan to go to school and still not get a job. So now you're even in more debt, holding somebody. Please, we need to end this madness. That is a solution on the table, and we need to all forge forward towards that solution so that we can begin to live the life, that we desire, to live life with dignity. Because right now everybody is doing like, oh, Onye Bear, if I get, I'm fine. My children can go and school in America and all this stuff. How long are you going to sustain that mess? How long? All right, 5 point Nina summary agenda. The first one is the acknowledgement of the grave constitutional grievances that we raised in the union dispute. The second one is an express commitment to decommission the 1999 imposed military constitution. And the third one is an express commitment to share further national election under 1999 constitution so that you don't come on YouTube and start acting like you're in labor and delivery and you didn't even carry pregnancy for 9 months. That was the whole purpose. So when we made that third statement, we are trying to stop people from running around from pillar to post, crying, going on podcasts, heaven going on AIT, shouting, because we knew that it wasn't going to be for your own good. The fourth one is an invitation to the constituent peoples of Nigeria to work out the modalities for transition arrangement, which include mandate timeframe, membership, and ancillary matters. And the last but not least is the announcement of a two-band, two-state transitioning process, which shall in the first stage feature multi-regional referendums by which the constituent components shall recommit to or opt out of the union, while in the second, these two terms of union as may be dictated by the outcome of the referendums. So we put this thing up here, with intention. Or should I say we are being intentional when we put this out there. If you want this, take a picture of this. This is what you should be discussing with your church leaders, with your whoever your friends around you. We actually have this in as a pamphlet. So if you know how we can write it in Yoruba and different languages that we speak back home, let us know so that we can help with that process. We are actually interested in breaking it down in different languages. So if you know how to get that done, please let us know. Different languages apart from English, of course. And then this is our announcement. Our third year anniversary for constitutional force majeure is around the corner. And this is where you were given life and given life abundantly, which was December 16, 2022. But you chose to keep that present in front of your door and refuse to open it. So that's why we are still running in circles. And then our sisters, brothers are online on Spotify and Clubhouse constantly teaching. They have 1 minute video, they have Clubhouse where they're having detailed information, where they're actually taking a deeper dive into the issues that we have in that place called Nigeria. So, and then on Tuesday, we're asking you to please, if not for anything, can you hashtag the Ninas is right? We stand with Ninas and transition now. We want transition now. None of these people running around from pillar to post have answers for the need, for what we need to move our family and our children forward. The only thing that will end this madness, stop giving them powers to destroy things that we have worked hard for. I know of people that took all their retirement, take it home, and it was swallowed by some random evil spirit. We need to end this thing because we are more than this. And then, of course, if you want to learn more, ninas.voice.org has plethora of information out there for you to educate yourself. We are also available to engage you in a deeper discussion to make sense of what you're looking at. And we have the information there for you to read, especially all you professors and Professor Emeritus Unuagra or we are struggling here with your thing. So please join them, go and read those information so that you can be well informed. When you're well informed, you're well armed, you're able to make better decisions. And then last but not least, we want you guys to insist on transition and not selection because now they have imposed someone we didn't even select upon you guys. All right, spotlight on the wisdom of our ancestors. We love, 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 love our ancestors. At least I love mine. I don't know about what yours did. I love, love, love my ancestors because they are full of wisdom. I remember things that my grandmother used to say when she was alive. I can see it coming to pass. My grandmother used to walk around and say, uh, there's no human beings. And we are looking at her, we are like, what do you mean there's no human beings? I didn't know that what she was crying about was that, when I said mother anozigi, mother anozigi. The reason why she's saying that people are not acting like our people anymore. They are trying to become somebody else. And then as my mother got older, she said, Onye madu, meaning where are the human beings? Where are the human beings? Because we gradually they saw the changes, the subtle changes that were happening in their lifetime, where our people kept losing who they are and becoming somebody else. So my ancestors, they are full of wisdom. They can see far beyond their age, and I'm carrying on that legacy. So I do love my ancestors, and I want to illuminate their brilliance. We want to highlight their radiance. We want to celebrate their ingenuity. We want to thank them for paving the way for progress and honoring the innovations that they have before us. And with that, we'll pay homage to their creativity. So today we are going to look at postpartum care, Omugo in Igbo land and Omugo in Igbo culture and transition. I didn't get to enjoy this, but as a mother, but I saw it happen to other people. So sister, take it away.
Thank you so much. Yes, postpartum care or Mugo in Igbo culture and tradition. We can see the picture building strong family bonds through interaction between children and grandparents. So let's go to the next slide. So great, someone to say, okay, so what is, because when we say some of these things, our people, we say it so that they will understand where the problem started from. We lost all these things, and that's why we are having the challenges, the serious challenges we're having in our homes and in our communities. And we want them to come back. We are not saying it just for you to history, no. And by the way, we are happy seeing our people building their obi, you know. In fact, people in my hometown, no, but they built their own. And the beautiful thing they did is that they did not put cement on the floor. They left the red sand, because in Igbo culture, when you are taking oath or you're speaking something and you're saying this is truth that I'm saying, they want you to remove your legs from the shoe and step your leg on the red sand. Put your leg on the ground, because we respect the land given to us. We understand that that land was given to us by Chukwu Okike. He planted us there. So we respect him by respecting like how we live in that land is very important to us, by being sure we not bring evil to the land, because we believe that when you bring evil to the land will take you out. And that's what's happening to some people that are going about saying they want freedom. The land will take you out. You will not make it. So we don't want evil in our land. So today, like we said before, we are talking about postpartum care, or MUGO. This system, this practice brings great support, is a great support system for young parents. Yes, usually lasts about 3 months. Sometimes it can be more than 3 months, because like the ideal thing is 3 months. But sometimes maybe the woman need more help, or they are not close home, they traveled abroad or whatever. So they might extend it, but it is at least 3 months. It helps transition the young parents, the new mother, the new baby into the new life. It helps them with the support. Then it prevents postpartum depression, anxiety, and some other postpartum illnesses and medical conditions. So our ancestors are wise. They know what they're doing. Before orthodox medicine came, they knew what it was. This definitely is not a time for vacation or necessary visits to go and cause stress to the woman that just gave birth. Hey, let's go. They gave birth. My brother's wife gave birth. I'm going to visit them. It's not time for all those type of stress, except you're coming to come and help. Because it's a time that there's increased work, because a new child has come into the family. People need help, because we want the woman, we don't want the new mother to be stressed. We want her to have a lot of rest and support so that she can lactate. Lactation is affected by stress. When you are stressed up as a woman that just gave birth, you will not be able to bring her breast milk. Everything will cease. So it's emotional. We want you to be emotionally relaxed, physically relaxed, and otherwise. We don't want emotional stress. We don't want getting all the in-laws into the house and the woman is quarreling and shouting every day. No, we want peace, both for the home, the new baby, and the woman that gave birth. Because stress negatively affects lactation, like we said, and may lead to what we call postpartum psychosis, or the mild mood swings they call baby blues. These things are real. We've seen it even in practice. When a woman will come in, they say that she just gave birth. Oh, she's now running mad. What happened? How did you trigger? What did you trigger? You left her to carry everything on her head. Why wouldn't you switch her over to psychosis? So this system helps to build strong family bonds through interaction between grandparents and their grandchildren. You teach the children things, sing for them, oh, coo, 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 as the child is singing, grandma is singing. And those children, they are listening, they pay attention. It's a wonderful system, it's a wonderful practice. Who comes for Mugo? Is exclusive right, duty of the lady's mother. because I see all sorts going on. Some will bring mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law, all the villagers are in the house. It's not time for vacation. There's still time for vacation. After the Omugo, you can go and visit. Mother-in-law, all of you, you can go and visit. Hey, we want to take care of our child. We want to... No, the Omugo is to take care of the woman so that she can take care of the baby, so you take care of them. All those politics that you people are doing in new homes where you have to, yes, we want to take care of our newborn. We don't play that type of politics in Igbo culture. We are for equity, fairness. So it's the exclusive right and the duty and responsibility of the mother of the woman that gave birth. She needs to be invited officially. The husband or a representative from the husband will have to go home with wine and tell her your daughter has given birth, and then invite her. If she's not invited, she will not come. So it's not automatic. If you don't go to tell her that her child has given birth and officially tell her you want her to come for Mugu, she will not come. It doesn't stop her from visiting you. She can visit you, but she will not come for that Omugo. It means that she's not welcome, she's not invited, and she will not. We respect boundaries in Igbo culture. So she will maintain herself and be in her corner. Now, if for any reason she's not available, then any other close family relative can go on her behalf. It could be her sister, that's the aunt to the woman. It could be the sister to the woman. It could be the mother-in-law, because it's not that the mother-in-law cannot come. It's we follow due process in Igbo culture. So this, as I've told you now, that's how it's going to be. The mother-in-law is the last option, you know, because she too has her own daughters that you have to go to. And so it's equity. But people can come up with whatever that works for them. However, we try not to allow conflicts. We try to make everybody to be taken care of so that people's rights will not be violated in Igbo culture. Um, so it has to be somebody that's like the woman is close to, not someone that she doesn't even trust and they're always fighting or that, because we don't want stress, remember, for the woman that just gave birth and for the baby also. And then in rare cases, the mother might host the new the baby and the woman, the new mother and the baby in her own home in rare cases. If for some reason maybe the mother is working and is really very engaged and will not be able to move, she might want the woman and the new baby to come to her home for some time so she can help her to do the things that needs to be done. How to take care of newborn, new mother and new baby. There's spa treatment, or hot water massages to moms, to the mom's belly. It helps to loosen and flush out blood clots. Also, we have sit baths where the woman will sit in the warm water also. And then you have people, something I used to band tummy, so that what the essence is so that the uterus, the tummy, everything will recover fast and snap back because there are muscles, to snap back and bring the woman back to where she was. And breastfeeding also helps this process. So that's why in Nigeria, I love that they're doing exclusive breastfeeding, 6 months exclusive breastfeeding. It helps the woman to recover faster as well. And then also to the baby has hot water massages. It increases his or her strength and flexibility. They will put hand behind, put hand up, turn upside down. It's amazing what they do. Then another one is special spicy pepper soup with lots of dry fish. Jimmirioko, we call it. So when that time comes, in fact, before the woman gives birth, they will buy these things and store, keep, like those days, maybe people that their husbands are hunters, they would have gone hunt the animal, preparing that the wife is going to give birth soon, roast it, make steaks, and keep them so that they will use it for the woman, for Jim Miracle. They prepare for it. It doesn't land on us suddenly. We prepare, but we prepare for things before the time comes. Also, it helps to loosen and flush out this spicy pepper soup, Jim Miracle, to flush out blood clot as well from the mother's body after delivery. Another thing is keeping the baby at night. as need arises. It allows the woman, so the mother will take the baby. Some nights, might not be all night, keep the baby so that the mother can sleep, and rest more. Then also, taking on most of the household chores. The woman will need to rest. As mom is in the house, or whoever that came for the omugo, it's their responsibility to like help wash baby's clothes. There's some chores, just to make sure that the woman is able to rest properly and then heal quickly. So at the end of omugo, the grandmother or whoever that came for the omugo is sent home with gifts as an expression of gratitude. And common gifts are wrappers, that's cloth, that they buy. You can buy as much as you can afford. It's not supposed to be competition. Soap, baby powder, food items, money, cash, whatever you can as a couple to show, because if it's here to get nanny to come for 1 hour, what they will charge you, you will not believe it. So if your mom is going to be with you for 3 months, helping you to do all these things, for things to be, if you're going to work, you'll be able to now go to work and all that. It's so much help. So whatever that comes to your mind that you want to use to thank them but it's according to your capacity. It's not competition. And then when this woman gets home, the grandma, when she gets home, she throws a special party. They call it ananwa or egunwa, and it's exclusively for her fellow women, the co-wives in the husband's kindred, ndi inyom ndi, And when she gets home, that's when she gets home. They dance in that party. They dance special dance. It's called egunwa, ananwa oh pitiri pitiri, ananwa oh pitiri pitiri. I know, really, like that, praying and dancing and all that, welcoming the woman for coming back, and everybody's excited, like, oh, a child came into the family. And they specifically cook vegetable yam. It's not rice. They don't use rice. They don't use beans. No, the food for this is vegetable yam. Even if it's not the time, like it's not in rainy season, you can use bitter leaf to juice these vegetables. So it has to be vegetable yam. And then the drink is palm wine. You know, women have we have alcoholic and non-alcoholic palm wine, unku and ngwo. We have that back home. And then they have baby powder that they use. They put it on their neck. Anybody see any woman in Igbo land, you see powder on their neck in the afternoon walking. Somebody just gave birth and they're coming from that. Was a sign of a newborn around. So the women and the co-wives, we give the woman money. It's usually something that the women had agreed that if they visit another person for Mugo and everything, and that this is the amount you do. Usually something like a token, you know, just to like, because we believe so much in give and take in Igbo culture. I can onye dara ma dara mia, So we believe so much in that. And that is why there's in those days we were able to cultivate peace and harmony in our society. Not and then the woman will bring out her gifts that they give to everybody will look and say, oh wow, this is nice and all that. So that is that. Thank you. Continue to help us to share and like. And please, if you're not doing some of these things that we're saying, the essence of teaching it is for you to research more and then begin to do it because they are very beneficial. Amen. Very, very beneficial. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, our people. All right. So we'll see you guys next week. Stay safe and continue to do the right thing. Don't wait for the Lord to come and do it for you. We are going to do it for ourselves, and it's doable. So remain safe until next week. Bye bye.